Hey, what's up guys? This is BY Gaming, and in today's video we will be taking a look at Pure Pandalf, which had its information leaked at some point between when I last looked at the page on the wiki and now. So yeah, we're going to be looking at this, and before we begin, I want to please ask that you leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now, that being said, what do I think about the design first and foremost? Well, it definitely looks very nicely done, and it definitely looks like something that would have come out of this whole corrupted slash pure era that we're in. You know, the staff has this emerald design on it, and so yeah, it looks overall really cool. Now, taking a look at his stats, this is where stuff gets really insane, because you can see that he has 8,217 attack, which is actually fairly good for a denier or supporter. It has 89,876 health, which is very viable, and 6,567 speed, which I believe is actually speed tied with Waldorf, right? So it's very fast, and the traits are kind of ridiculous. We have tough at rank 0, bulwark at rank 1, which replaces tough, and so that's obviously very good. That means he has a wall of defense up as far as like negative effects go, because that means he's 50% immune. And at rank 3 he gets status caster team stamina regeneration. Very nice, because if you place him with, for example, Bloomeria, who is vulnerable to stamina regeneration, and that's ended me a lot of times in PvP, obviously that gives you a bit of leeway to take a bunch of stamina draining moves or relics or whatever the case may be and still actually be viable. So that's very good. Team precision, again, that's very good. And status caster team evasion is, in the comments of this page, a lot of people have been speculating that he will in fact replace Elvira, which some people still run War Master Elvira to get that team evasion, and kind of pair it with that Megataunt thing sometimes, right? That Megataunt combination with a strong attacker and whatever the case may be, so they can draw the attacks in, and then you just finish off the opposing team while they're stalling out. But yeah, I mean, this is very, very good. Obviously, there are technically 4 traits on this monster, because Bulwark replaces Tough, but it's still insane to see that mythic monsters are getting 5 traits, right? Because this is like legendary based stuff, right? Legendaries have insane traits and stuff like this, and you're starting to see that these monsters are getting 5 traits, right? Mythic monsters. And the relics are also ridiculous, right? It has essence, which means if you give it a Flamaro's essence, it will come back to life, and it will also regenerate stamina for the entire team. And it can hold a staff, which means it can also drain stamina if you give it a pump seed staff or something like that, right? So that is pretty ridiculous, right? And to think that this guy is actually available for everybody in the game, it's actually a real blessing. But it also kind of scares me, because it makes me wonder what is coming up in the game, if that makes sense, right? Because if monsters are this crazy now, I mean, what else is coming in the future? I'm actually kind of scared to find that out. Now, the one downside I will say about this monster is the fact that since he is the free monster, you will get him unranked, and obviously unless you buy the Legends Pass and get to the end with all of the chests and stuff like that, and you can actually buy them and get his cells and rank him up with those, you're going to have to invest Lutum in him, and as I mentioned in my last video about how Lutum is scarce, that could be a serious problem. So that's basically one of the issues I see with this, is the fact that because he's going to come unranked, in order to get the really insane utility from him, you're going to have to rank him up to rank 5, obviously, right? Not only to get the stats as high as they possibly can go, but also to give him full potential with all of his traits and status casters. So you're going to have to invest Lutum in him, and that's going to take, as I mentioned, 6 weeks if you don't have any right now. If you've been saving up, you might be able to get him there immediately, but for a lot of people who don't have all the Lutum, they're going to have to save up, and who knows what's coming in 6 weeks, right? If monsters are this crazy now, I don't know what's coming up in the future, and I'm always surprised. But yeah, this guy has a lot of perks as well, including turn transfers, right? He also has like team positive effect removal and stuff like that, right? He also has, if you take a look at this, he's got a lot of stuff, like random control effects, right? So it's very, very good. This monster is obviously very good, and I'm pleased to see that everyone can get this, but at the same time, it's, again, it's going to be kind of limited as far as ranking it up goes, because unless they add new ways to get Lutum, you are going to be subject to ranking it up yourself, and that is going to take quite a while. So hopefully it stays worth it. Obviously right now it looks like it's totally worth ranking up, right? But again, in 6 weeks, a lot of things can happen in the game, a lot of updates, right? Future events. And so, yeah, assuming that he stays viable and he obviously has a place in PvP, which it looks like he will for a while, he's definitely worth ranking up. And yeah, this is pretty cool to see. So yeah, I'm quite excited to see this. And so that's pretty much going to do it for this video, guys. If you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.